I know, you'll get to come up here. At our if you want like a bigger
Test. Test. This is the other mic.
Is it on? It's
It's probably muted.
Oh.
And when you push that.
Is it on right now?
No,
Okay. What about this one? That's on.
I don't.
So I push this right there. All right. Do I have audio on the stream? Can you guys hear me on the stream? Okay. I need to hold it up. You can hear me on the stream? All right. Everybody's attention, please. All right. I'll let these guys go ahead and finish up over here. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight in the first rainstorm of the year. So that was interesting to see. No more snow, hopefully. I want to talk for a second about the accomplishments. First rainstorm of the year. So that was, I'm hearing the delay. The accomplishments of all you guys. I'm always amazed at how much you manage to cram into 24 hours a day and still make it work somehow. And you know, not only excellent athletes, musicians, and all the other things that you do, but also students, and really kind of standing in awe of it. And also the adults that make it happen, the staff members, the coaches, the teachers that support you guys, the parents that support you guys. So really just think it might be appropriate to give all the people that have supported you guys to get here a round of applause. Right. And also, I cannot hand off this microphone without saying a few words about Brianna, who has done an amazing job as her first year as the activities director. And I just kind of been in awe, especially because it wasn't that long ago she was sitting in your seats and she stepped up and she wanted to make this a really good year for everybody, and she's done a great job. And so let's have a round of applause for Brianna. All right. And with that, I will hand it off.
Thank you. Before we get started with our activity presentations, I have a few thank yous that I must make as well. First to Toby and our school administration. Obviously, all of these things that we make happen for these students are a group effort. And a lot of that comes from the office. With that, Sarah, we ask so many things of Sarah all the time. And there's a million tasks that she has to do constantly. And it's just an up and down all the time of what we need from her. And she always gets it done. So thank you, Sarah, for all of your work. And then one last thank you to our booster club and all of their event volunteers. We could not make a home event happen without them, whether that's our score table, our bookkeepers in the kitchen. They provided and donated all of the food for this evening. So thank you, Booster Club, for that. And our first presentation will be the Independent Music Department with Candace Mudge.
Good evening, everybody. I would like to start out the presentation by thanking every single person in this gym right now. Our community hosted a very successful music festival a couple weeks ago, and it could not have been done without the collaboration of every single person in our community. So I wanted to thank you very, very much. Then I'd like to thank my partner in crime, Mr. Mudge, for without collaborating our programs, we could not have the accomplishments that we do. I would like to say our music festival next year, we were going to be planning on hosting it in Nenana, but Valdez has agreed to host it, so we have a big trip ahead of us. If I'm forgetting anything, musicians, please let me know. Don't wait till the end and then awkwardly come up and tell me when it's too late and I can't fix myself, okay? So we have lots of cool things here. We have our independent choir and our independent band, our 6th hour band and our 5th hour choir collaborate together. And the morning band and choir come in super early. So I wanted to thank all the musicians as well as parents for getting them there and letting me pick up their kids so that they can be in there. So I'm going to call your name. You could come up. I have an award, but I'm not going to let you take it with you today because we're going to journal on it and we're going to make it a real keepsake. So when I call your name, please come on up. This is independent choir, William Bohannon, Valerie Bush, Dylan Christensen, Rita, and Ruby Jacobs, Zebediah Leitner, Cassandra Martinez. Come on up. Lydia Miner, Rogan Mitchell, Cadence Kelty and Kinley Stainbrook, Jeremy Wolf, Rosanna Stone, Keegan Britt. That's the group that comes in to sing early in the morning on Wednesdays. 6th hour. Yay! I choir high school that comes in early in the morning. Race of Beans, Elizabeth Miner, Faith Mudge, Paige Scholes, Piper Scholes, Rosemary Smith. Come on up. You will be receiving this award, but you're not getting it right at this second. It has a beautiful little pin on it that says choir. This is our choir. Now you can go, but some of you don't go far because you're also in band. Okay, our independent band, Sierra Bohannon, Dylan Christensen, Rita and Ruby Jacobs, Zebediah Leitner, Rogan Mitchell, Weston Reifler, Cadence Kelty, Kinley Stainbrook, Hiram Stone, Olivia Thumb, Jeremy Wolf, and also the high school morning band, Kenshin Cordova, Faith Mudge, Joe Schaefer, Kane Silva, Haley Wallen. 6th hour band. 5th hour band, Christopher Bohannon, Kenobi Cordova, Pete Demers, McKinley Eddington, Joe Schaefer, Kane Silva, Rosemary Smith, Jack Wallen. You are all going to get this really cool award and a pin that says band on it after we journal on it. Please give them a round of applause. Okay, you may take a seat. I'd like to bring up our 6th hour choir special, Elizabeth Miner, Faith Mudge, Paige Scholes, Rosemary Smith, Braden Stafford, and Joseph Stone. This group gets a special mention because they meet every day, 6th hour, and we work together, but they also have a huge job. Their job is that they are supposed to help train the younger students coming up. One of the gifts we have here is that we are a K-12 school, and we have welcomed middle school and high school to combine. The older kids coach the younger kids, they teach them, they work with them privately, and for this year, the first time we welcomed Rosanna Stone as a 5th grader into the group, and we could not make our program without you guys. So, round of applause. Thank you. You can go down, but don't go far. We have some students that qualified for honor choir or honor band, as well as all-state choir and all-state band. Paige Scholes, come on up. Elizabeth Miner. Raisa Beans. Rosemary Smith. Faith Mudge. Kane Silva. So Kane and Faith qualified for honor band. Faith was the first chair percussionist. Kane was second chair. Faith also qualified for honor choir, but she had to choose. Rosemary was an all-state alto 2 choir singer, as well as an honor choir alto 1. Raisa Beans, honor choir soprano 1. Elizabeth Miner, honor choir soprano 1, also qualified for all-state, but she chose to go to volleyball. If only we could clone you guys. Paige was all-state first chair, alto 2, and then honor choir first chair, soprano 2. Yes? Okay. And so give them a big round of applause. You can stay up there. Okay. Oops. Then we have kids that qualified for state solo ensemble. So we have Paige qualified with all of her events. She has a classical duet with Elizabeth, a Broadway solo, Think of Me, and a classical solo, Nina. Kane Silva with his snare drum solo, drumnastics. Joe Schaefer, come on up. Joe with his 2 guitar solos, Star Spangled Banner and Never Going Back by Fleetwood Mac. McKinley Eddington, her piano solo. Is McKinley here tonight? She's on the plane. McKinley with her piano solo, City of Stars. Paige Scholes. Did I say Elizabeth Minor or did I say Paige Scholes at the beginning? Okay, so that was Elizabeth. You want to come up, Anya? Come on up for your sister. That's cool. I love it. Sweet. And accepting the award for McKinley is her sister, Anya. Okay, let me start this again. So Elizabeth made it with a Broadway solo, Think of Me, and a classical solo, Nina. And now we're on to Paige. Classical duet with Elizabeth, Broadway solo, Far Too Late, Broadway solo. No, it was just that one. Jazz solo, Why Don't You Do Right? Classical solo, Pia Jesu. Faith Mudge, Broadway solo, Watch What Happens, and vibraphone solo, Sonata in G minor by Bach. Rosemary, Broadway solo, Don't Rain on My Parade. So you'll all receive a musician pin for that. Okay, fantastic. Give them a round of applause, please. And then, thank you, Anya. I love you. That's awesome. That was a great idea. And then everyone may sit down except for Faith and Paige. At our music festival a couple weeks ago, our students went in front of judges and the judges picked Faith and Paige for command performances. That means that they were considered the best of the best in their rooms. And Paige received it all. I'll go because you're young, Faith. I'll go you first. Broadway solo, Watch What Happens from Newsies. You made a command performance. And Paige Scholes, Why Don't You Do Right from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's a big honor, and so we'll applaud. Okay, you may have a seat. This has been a very, very fun 20 years of teaching here in the Denali Borough School District, and I'm looking forward to the next 40.
All right, next we will have high school soccer, which was coached by Megan Scholes and Annie Hjorth, but we are going to have their presentation by Carrie Kamak.
I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time and I got chosen. So I'm just kidding. I actually volunteered to help Annie out today when she was worried. I do hope Megan feels better. I think I heard she was sick. And then I know Annie's not here. So, okay, if you're from the soccer team, can you just come up? You don't have to come up on the stage unless you want to. But if you could just come up so you can be recognized. Come on, you could come up. That's fine. Okay, this message is from Megan to you and to everyone else. This was a stellar group of kids, best of the best. She said they dominated this season. They fell short just a smidge in the championship, and they're only going up from there, is what she says. So congratulations, and she's very proud of you. And from Annie, thank you all to all of the players for a great year. She sees a lot of great things coming your way, and she's looking forward to the future and a lot more fun with you guys. So thank you so much. I would read you the roster and their names and positions, but it's really, really long. So it's better to just see their faces. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give the awards out. Do you want to, can you grab them for me? Perfect. Can you grab the best defensive player? Is that the first one? Awesome. Okay, so best defensive player for 2023 is Cole Lucas. Best sportsmanship award goes to Mr. Addison Walker. Take a picture. Take a picture, Mom and Dad. Sorry, I should have made Cole do that too. Okay, best midfielder award is Mike Renshaw. This is best offensive player for the 2023 season. This goes to Cordell Randall, who I don't think is here. So the most improved player of 2023 goes to McKinley Eddington, who is also not, oh, wait, we have an acceptor. Come on up. Accepting on her behalf, once again, Anya Eddington, her sister. You should have stopped up there for your picture. Okay, and best teammate for 2023. I think this is a pretty amazing award. I'm not sure how it gets chosen, if the students vote on it or what, but pretty cool to think that someone chose you as the best teammate. So this goes to Kenny Larson. That's all, folks. Thank you, guys.
All right, next we will have high school cross country presented by Mark Martin.
We're okay. All right, thank you. We've got really good reality here. We doubled our team this year. So we went from 1 to 2 runners. So we have a small team. It's a strong team. As you guys probably know how much I appreciate running and the lessons it teaches and the things that we get out of that, how to persevere and how to overcome challenges that knock a lot of people down. So we have 2 runners that really knocked it out of the park this year, both Selena Reifler and Taylor Eddington. And I don't know if either of them are here. Is Selena here? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to share a little bit about both of them and then we'll be kind of quick. But in this case, we had 8 meets this year. And in those 8 meets, as we get prepared for them, the number of miles you have to put on your legs. In fact, there's a pin that was found 102 miles, and that's going to be awarded. When we look at that, we far surpass that. So the number of miles you put on your legs is pretty impressive. And when it's raining and when it's windy and when you're tired and you're on your 4th and your 5th and your 6th and your 7th mile and you're doing speed work and they're doing it, they're making it happen is really impressive. So the tenacity that they both showed really impressed me. As I talk about Selena, she was committed and she grew as a runner amazingly. I was very impressed with her incredible effort as we start going from, and I got to look at my numbers. We have a lot of numbers that we go through, but in regionals, she came in with a time of 24:56, which is a great time on a flat, beautiful course up on the country club, the golf course up in Fairbanks. Just knocked it out of the park and surprised us by qualifying for state. And so with that, as a freshman going forth, and then she goes to state and actually on a harder course on bad conditions. It was foggy. We couldn't see. It was slippery. And she improved her time by 37 seconds and just knocked it out of the park. That's big in this kind of race. So very cool. For Taylor, she had a particular challenge. My memory that will stick with me is at regionals for her. She spent most of the season out in front, and that's different as a runner. You don't have people to play off of. You can't read the person next to you and try and play games with them and try and outpace them. She was out in the front, and I remember in regionals, we're watching, she's doing really good, and here she goes, and then I look back and I keep looking back and I keep looking back for the next runner. And this is all the Division I schools. So she's just leaving them in the dust. She did an excellent job. The one thing that stood out for her is she's been working really hard to try and break that 20-minute threshold. And that's put you in Alaska and in small company. And that's very few people are getting there. And we go into state. She did a 20:09 at regionals. Disappointed, but she ran that sick. Disappointed she didn't break 20, but did awesome. Goes into, again, a harder course, bad conditions, and crossed the threshold, got into 19:57 and did a fantastic job. So a round of applause for Taylor. With both of those, as we look forward to doubling our team again, which would be awesome. The award that I'm going to be handing out to them is for qualifying for state. There were 84 runners in that meet. Selena placed 14th, Taylor placed second by just a small margin. And so out of 84 runners, that's pretty rarefied. So they're doing great things. So that's for our cross-country team. Thank you.
All right, next we've got middle school cross country with Elizabeth Wilcox.
All right, can you guys hear me? Could I have the middle school cross country students come down to the stage? This was my first year coaching. I ran cross country when I was in high school and middle school, but this was a fantastic group. Everybody was really patient with me as we started the season a week late, and the returners were really helpful and gave me some insight to what they used to do with Mr. Martin. I have a few little things to say about each student. And a big thank you to you guys for being an awesome team, and I'm really short, so you guys can't see me. And sticking with me and just giving it so much effort every day after school. It was a really wet start to the season. So cross country is about a month long for us, and it was definitely wet. Jeremy Wolf, I don't know if he's here today, but he always showed up and ran his hardest, but we gave him the Steezy Style Award because from his hair to his socks, he was always dressed to impress. All right, Porter is our comic relief. Despite always pushing his hardest, he always makes time for fun. Between his unthinkable, exciting moves, his facial expressions, this young man is going to make you smile somehow. All right, we also have Rogan Mitchell. I don't know if he came tonight, but we got a little something to say about him. This was his first season running, and it wasn't the easiest for him, but he pushes through his challenges. We said he was the most improved. He pushes through his challenges, conquers his fears, and pushes himself to victories he didn't know he could achieve. So. All right, Sierra Bohannon, the last to leave. She's a hard worker who puts her heart into whatever sport she's playing. She's usually the last to leave and the first to ask if she can do more. All right, we got Alyssa. Alyssa's a loyal, inspirational leader who always has your back, constantly pushing herself to new limits while leading others with her unstoppable strength. Warrior by your side. And we have a trophy for her. All right, we also have a trophy for this one. This is Sunshine on a Rainy Day, William Bohannon. All right, I know you guys all know William, the smile that can brighten any day and contagiously ignites the room of everyone that's around him. All right, we got 2 Heart of a Warrior awards. These ones also have trophies. You wouldn't want to compete against these 2 warriors if you didn't have to. With their quiet, humble, unstoppable drive for excellence, they're always clutch when things get hard and never fail to lead their team to victory. We got Kelty Stainbrook and Nash Kint. All right, this one we also have 2 awards for. We did the Winged Foot Award. These 2 warriors are always giving it their all, pushing themselves to high speeds with their kind-hearted, day-brightening demeanor. They cheer and inspire on their team. Winged Foot, Lydia Miner. And Weston Reifler. All right, and last but not least, most determined, Cadence Stainbrook. All right, if you don't know this about Cadence, she won't give up, whether it's a sport she loves, a close friend, a teammate, or a gumball machine. This amazing, charismatic woman is always there, but specifically, she deserves some ice cream. All right, we got her some ice cream. Do you want to tell the story, or do you want me to?
Okay. I spent $7 on gumballs to get ice cream, and I never got the yellow gumball.
All right, thank you so much, middle school cross country running. Thanks for the great season.
All right, next up we have high school volleyball with Lisa Miner.
Okay, I mean, you're not middle school anymore, high school volleyball. Come on up. Okay, okay, do you want to do awards first and then the blurb? Is that how that works? Okay, so first we'll start with some awards. Some of these girls are not here, so I'm going to recognize our JV. So we had a JV and varsity team this year. So I'm going to start with some awards for our JV girls. Our first one was for Rosemary Smith. I gave her the Heart of a Warrior award. She finished the season in stellar fashion. She gave it her all and wrecked her knee on the very last play, but she played through. To me, that's somebody who has a heart of a warrior, who's willing to fight through pain and finish the game strong. So that was for Rosemary. And then I have Iris Wapple. That's you. This Iris gets the all-around player of the year. So I had Iris play JV and varsity. And so when you go to a tournament where there's both JV and varsity, that's a lot of games. And she played setter and middle and right side and back row and all the things. So any spot that was empty, I could count on Iris to fill and do it very well. So good job, Iris. Next one is for Emma Frisbee. She got Offensive Player of the Year. We lost a lot of seniors last year, and I was a little bit nervous about this year, but I had some amazing freshmen come in and really step up and do amazing and fill in roles. So I was really super proud of them. Jasmine Odekirk got Defensive Player of the Year for JV. She's so funny. I love watching Jasmine. She would surprise me every time. She'd be there picking up the ball and passing the ball beautifully. And I don't know why, but I was always in awe. I'm like, man, you got that. I didn't think you were going to. And she did. She did really, really well. I was super proud of her. And then Faith Mudge gets Most Valuable Player for JV. Faith is one of those girls that just does not quit. And if the ball's going down, it doesn't matter who's around it, she's picking it up. So she commands the floor and she does really well. And I have been thoroughly impressed by her this year. For varsity, I'm gonna have to pull up my other notes. Okay, Anya, would you please come accept for McKinley? McKinley got the Heart of a Warrior Award for our varsity team. I rarely can see the fight in somebody's eyes. McKinley has that. When she played, it didn't matter what the score was. She was not quitting until the very last ball. Sorry, breathe. So it was really awesome. It was awesome to see her. She didn't get frustrated by the score. She didn't get down on herself. She just literally fought until the very, very end. So McKinley has the Heart of a Warrior. Yeah. Okay. Okay, best offensive player goes to Elizabeth Miner. Elizabeth rarely knows how good of a hitter she is. She doubts herself a lot, but she's not only able to hit the ball really strong, which we witnessed because bloody nose, Sioux Valley. She did that to somebody a couple times. She can hit really well, but she's also very smart strategically. She would go up to hit really strong, but then tip it to somewhere where there is nobody and get points that way. And she has also mastered the free ball kill. So good job, Elizabeth. Okay, best defensive player goes to Kayla. Kayla has been an amazing libero, and I said it before and I'll say it again. She has perfect form. It's flawless. I could just watch her all the time. She's amazing. Sorry. Not gonna cry. Sorry. Kayla was libero, yeah. She was libero. She also played back row specialist. She also played front row and was a blocker. She blocked this year. So good job, Kayla. She is she's also a player who will continue to play through injury, through pain. She dives after everything. She's amazing. She's reliable. I just can't look at you guys. It's been really fun watching her develop as a player and become an amazing, amazing defensive volleyball player. So, all right, Team Spirit Award goes to Paige. Paige is one of the best teammates you can have because she's the kind of teammate who will pick you up when you're feeling down. She can just scream really well and just get the fire going inside of you. And we really, really relied on her a lot for that. Sometimes when you're down in a game and everybody's frustrated, she will just scream at them in a very nice way and they pick it up because they laugh and it's fun. She's you were essential. It was awesome to have you and to have that, to have the teammate who would pick you up when you're feeling down. So thank you, Paige. And then diving diva goes to Kate. Kate is amazing. She flies all over the floor. She's small but mighty. She dives even when I don't want her to dive, but she dives and she gets the volleyball. She had, I think, probably the greatest pancake this year. Did they not count that one though? Or did we count that one? There were a couple. Anyway, a pancake is when you're diving. If you don't know, it's your hand is the only thing that gets under the ball on the floor. Yeah. Lumen, yeah, it was amazing. It was beautiful. It's just, then your team gets all jazzed, but amazing. She also switched with Kayla in positions. I'll talk about that in a second, but it's not easy to do, but she did it very well. So good job, Kate. And then our MVP is Ellie. Sorry. As a setter, Ellie played setter. A setter has to control the floor. They run the floor. They have to know what play to run. They have to know where the defense is on the other side and what you're doing. A setter has to know everything. And Ellie played that position flawlessly. She did really well. She sometimes overthinks it and doubts herself maybe, but she was phenomenal. It was awesome to watch her just lead the team this year and just be amazing. So good job, Ellie. If I keep talking. Okay, and I will maybe not read all of this, but I said it a couple of times. No, I'll start at the beginning. Sorry. Okay, some people 3 years ago, right? 3 years ago, we got 3rd place. Last year, we got 2nd place in state. And so this year, I was hoping for 1st. Some people might think that this year was a disappointment. However, I would like to focus on our successes this year. So for the first time, our team won 1st place in the Lumen Christie tournament, which is what 20 some schools. It was huge. It was a huge success. And then we won at the Glen Allen tournament. And I was like getting this feeling like, oh, we're going to win every weekend. It's going to be great. But challenges come and people were sick or had other things going. And so every weekend we were switching our lineup. And for volleyball, that's kind of a big deal. And so you learn to play in new positions. For reference, it would be like asking the quarterback to go play on the defensive line, or it would be like asking the wide receiver to be a quarterback. So people had to fill in roles that they weren't used to playing, and they did it, and they learned how to adapt and to be successful anyway. We won regionals 4 years in a row. They've won regionals. That's pretty awesome. And then my most favorite, I think, is that this year there was no team drama. They actually liked each other and they got along on the court, and it was super fun, and it was enjoyable. These girls, the seniors, I have been with them since 7th grade, and it's not going to be the same without them. And I will not be the same. I've learned a lot from them. They love playing with each other. They learn to trust each other and to work hard, learning skills that they will use the rest of their life. So life won't always go the way you plan. You learn to adapt and you still succeed. Sometimes you'll be asked to do things that you feel are beyond your ability. You only grow when you leave your comfort zone. A champion isn't defined by wins and losses. A champion is defined by how they come back after failure. Don't look to others to define your success. Do your best and be satisfied with what you were able to accomplish. Again, I'm really proud of all of you guys. I'm really looking forward to next year, but I am so proud of this year, and it was fun. So thanks.
All right, next we will have middle school girls basketball if you want to make your way up here. All right, so I had the pleasure of coaching a wonderful group of 9 girls this year. It was a very last second, found out like the day before the season that I was going to be their coach, which kind of maybe was a blessing in disguise because it didn't give me too much time to overthink about what I wanted to do. And I just kind of had to jump into practice the next day and hope for the best. I am very proud of this group of girls. It's a young group of girls, and even the older girls, not all of them are super experienced, which is hard, especially in a sport like basketball where you're kind of moving at a million miles a minute, and there's not a lot of time to slow down. So I'm just very proud of the hard work that all of you put in. At the beginning of the season, I told them my main goal for them was just to get better. Middle school is the best time to do that. High school is the time to be competitive, but you have to build from the bottom. I don't want to make my presentation too long, so I'll get through it quickly. I'm going to start with the I Got Your Back award, which goes to Alyssa Gert. Next, my Defensive Player of the Year, Kelty Stainbrook. Offensive Player of the Year, she's not here tonight, but Logan Randall. My Most Improved, Kinley Stainbrook. And then I have 2 Heart of a Warriors because I couldn't decide. So Aya Graham and Lydia Minor. Again, I'm really proud of this group of girls. I know that we were not always winning this season, but sometimes those are the seasons where you make the most progress. So I hope that doesn't discourage any of you from feeling like you're not good enough or like you're not getting better, because all of you made leaps and bounds of improvement over the season. And I am looking forward to continuing to watch you grow in middle school and as you move into high school. There's a very bright future for our basketball program because of girls like you that dedicate yourselves and work very hard. So thank you. Next, we will have middle school boys basketball with Jack Kent.
Thanks. All right. Hey, everybody. This is your Tri-Valley Middle School basketball team. Thank you, Brianna. Yeah, I just want to start off, throw a couple thanks out there. First off, all you parents who got your kids to practice, picked them up really late from some of those tournaments. You guys are essential, and you're a lot more important to this team than you might think. So thank you guys. You guys a round of applause. And another special shout out to Brianna Woods. I'm not sure where you ran off to, but thank you so much for being the backbone. Thank you, Brianna. Solving all the problems we have along the way. You're always kind of there for me, so I appreciate you. I'll talk a little bit about our team here. I think we're missing a few people. We had 10 people all together. We came into the season undersized, underexperienced, outmatched. We tried, and we tried our best. These guys, they fought through everything. We had a ton of challenging games. That's when you get better. And I continue to tell them, we're not going to get better playing worse teams. You're going to get better playing good teams. And these guys never hung their heads. They never pouted. They hung in there, and you guys are all winners from me. So thank you guys. Let's give them a round of applause. All right, we got a few awards here. Let's start with defensive specialist. We're gonna go to William Bohannon. William, great job, William. You were a menace. We like to put William on whoever had the ball, and he would just go after them, and it wasn't pretty for the other team. So he did great. We're really happy with how you played, William. So thank you. This gentleman is not here tonight, but King of the Paint is going to go to Hiram Stone. All right. Hiram was great for us. He was one of our big guys down low, blocking shots, rebounds. Very impressive year for Hiram. So he was our lone 8th grader. So thank you guys so much, Mary Lou and Bill, for getting him there. He did great. Next award is the box out champion, and we're going to Kathan Graham. Come on down, buddy. Shake my hand. There we go. All right. Kathan was great, boxing people out, throwing his body around. He's still doing that. And so great job, buddy. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep getting better. Another gentleman not here tonight, Jeremy Wolf. He's going to get the Disco Kid. Let's give him a round of applause anyways. Jeremy, like Elizabeth said, he does everything in style, from his shooting, his passing, rebounding. Everything Jeremy does has style, and we appreciate him on our team. So thank you, Jeremy. All right, we are going to go to these awards here. The I Got Your Back award is going to go to Porter Minor. Come on down. There you go, buddy. Porter was great this year. He's always a positive guy, and yeah, he's got your back. All right, next award, we're going to do X Factor, and the X Factor is going to Isaac Kimmel. Let's go, buddy. Isaac was great for us this year. He was his first year playing. He was new to basketball, but once he got his feet under him and his shot under him, he was making huge differences out there, and we really needed him. So thanks, Isaac. Good job, buddy. All right, and our defensive player of the year, Wesley Madela. Come on down. All right. Wesley, we think he gets all his good D from the hockey he's playing. This kid is a phenomenal athlete. He's a shutdown defender, and we needed him all the way. So thanks, Wesley. All right, and our Heart of a Warrior award is going to go to Weston Reifler. Come on down. That's right. Thanks, buddy. Weston was great for us. If you haven't seen Weston play, he puts all his heart into the game. He puts all his energy into it, and be careful if you're dribbling around, because he's going to steal it from you. So great job, Weston. All right, and our most improved player, Gideon Graham. Great job, buddy. Gideon has got a great work ethic. He is excited about basketball. He's telling me yesterday how he's YouTubing tricks and moves, and he's showing them to me. So I know this guy has got his heart into basketball, and I expect great things out of you next season, buddy. All right, and our last award is going to go to offensive player of the year, Nash Gint. Here you go, bud. Nash he's one of our main guys. He scored the most points for us. He plays hard. He's a good leader, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of all you guys. We had a challenging season. You guys held up well, and based on what I'm seeing from the other teams that were beating up on us, they're losing a lot of their 8th graders. So we're looking for a much better season next year. We're going to have a lot more 8th graders, and I think we're going to look pretty good. So I look forward to coaching you guys again. So thanks, everybody.
All right, and our last presentation before a brief intermission, high school hockey with Dakota MacGyver, Caleb Graham, Sterling Shreve, and not sure if she's here or not, but Mackenzie MacGyver.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, if I could get the high school hockey team to join me up here, please, it'd be great. Hey, where's my manager at? There he is. All right, first off, a few thank yous are needed. For sure, Toby and Brianna, thank you so much for what you do. Wherever you guys are, it's appreciated very much. Tina Graham did a lot for us this year. She does a lot of emails and a lot of communications between families and travel arrangements. Sarah Walker, I communicate with her on a daily basis, and she does a lot for the school, and those thank yous are very much appreciated. Assistant coaches, Sterling, Shreve, Caleb Graham, Mackenzie MacGyver. Thanks again, you guys. It takes a lot of work. All you coaches know it takes a lot of work, and you're only going to be as good as your staff is. And I have a great staff. I have great moms that help and great families that are around. Amber Renshaw usually does the clock at the hockey rink a lot, and it's very much appreciated. It makes my life a lot easier with all that help and all those volunteers. So thank you again very much. I had 19 this year. As you can see, there's not 19 up here. Just going to list off, McKinley's not here. Chris is not here. Cordell is not here. Elijah, I didn't see him. Taylor's not here. I haven't seen Flo or Quincy. But that rounds out 19, guys. A 20 is a full manned hockey team. So, and it takes a lot of players to play a hockey game. Ask any one of these kids. They've grown up in Healy hockey. They've been on teams where there's 8 or 9. It is very exhausting and very tiring. So it is outstanding that our school and community can put together like a full man rostered hockey team, and let alone compete in the state of Alaska. So it was a great season. We had just about the max amount of games you're allowed to play, and we traveled all across the state. We go north, we go south, all the way to the end of the road and play all those teams. The one thing you can ask for in a season is to play meaningful games down the stretch. And the way it works with high school hockey, how you do in the regular season depends if your season it gets extended another week. And so it came down to the last few games, and that's all you can ask for as a coach and a team is to play meaningful games down towards the end of the season. And we were able to squeak out what we needed to do and made it to state. Last time we had made it to state, my seniors were freshmen, and it was the tail end of COVID years. So it was a huge opportunity, and it worked extremely hard just for that one weekend. And it's something to be very proud of as a group, as a team, to accomplish that, especially with our community size and the size of our school, something to be extremely proud of. So I got a few awards to hand out. First off, I got Rookie of the Year. He is not here, and that would go to Mr. Quincy. One of the best things about high school sports is you got 14-year-olds and then you have 18-year-olds. And playing a physical sport like hockey or like football or whatever, there's a lot of growth between a 14-year-old and an 18-year-old. So being able to contribute
as a 14-year-old, sometimes 13 as a freshman, is outstanding. And Quincy was there. He checked all those boxes and he helped us tremendously on the ice, especially as a freshman. It's very hard to step in as a freshman and contribute on a high school hockey program. So second award I got is Defenseman of the Year, and that goes to Owen. Owen played great. He in state, I could probably count on one hand how many times he left the ice. Like, he's that important of a player on the back end. He blocks shots. He contributes offensively. He does it all. That's all you coaches know. You have some of them players and that just lock it down and can chip in offensively. And that's huge for us. And he's probably never played that much in his life in one weekend, but he was up to the task. And on a daily basis, games at home, games in Fairbanks, wherever I need just a few minutes killed, I need a big win in the D zone, I usually put Owen out there. I shouldn't say I always put Owen out there. So offensive player of the year goes to Mr. Mike Renshaw. Uh, 2 years in a row, Mike's led the team in scoring. I'm talking assists, goals. There's not very often you see a night where he doesn't show up on the score sheet. And everyone knows you need at least some points to come out with a win in any game. So he's a huge part of that, not only goal-wise, but assists. He led the team in assists and does a lot of the little things that make us successful. And it's those little things that make a difference in the end result. Next up, I got Manager of the Year. I thought long and hard about this one, but this goes to Mr. Audie Graham. He's the best manager I've ever had, also the only one, but it was great to have him around, and we were well taken care of on the bench. All right, next up, I got the Glue Guy Award. So everyone's probably scratching their heads about that one. Glue, what keeps the team together. It's a person that you enjoy being around, pleasant, almost never has a bad day. They're always in a good mood. Everyone's probably been a part of some sports team or something like that. There's always one or two people that are always around having a good time. And that would go to Cordell Randall. He is not here though. All right, next up, I got Bohannon of the Year. All right, there's three finalists this year for this award. Great to be around. They're pleasant, and we're just gonna leave it at that. Nick Bohannon's your Bohannon of the Year. Nick broke his hand in the middle of the season, so he was out until the last 3 weeks. He blocked a shot and broke his hand, and that's sometimes the price you pay trying to win a hockey game. It's not letting that puck get to your net. It might get there, it might not, but you block shots, and he paid the price. We didn't win the game, but nevertheless, I think it was well out of reach, but I like it. So. All right, next up, I got Honey Badger of the Year. Okay, Honey Badger. Everyone knows what a Honey Badger is. It's something you really don't want to mess with. It's something that's going to win 9 times out of 10. It's someone that you want on your team, but you hate to play against, right? You can all think of that one person right away throughout your life. This one goes to Reed Williams. Reed is a pain to play against. The corners of hockey in the neutral zone, hard hits, coming out with the puck in the corners, tenacious, and just relentless. It's just the type of player that you're just like, you're tired of playing against them. And it's those people and players that help you win games. So Reed was your Honey Badger of the Year. And my last award I have is Pigeon of the Year. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Pigeon of the Year. They usually choose the Pigeon of the Game. MVP is what it boils down to. That would go to our captain, Jack Wallen. Jack was our MVP. He was a centerman and he contributed on both ends of the ice. Last year, he broke I think it was his wrist in like our first game. So he missed a lot of last year, but it was a warm welcome to have him for the whole season. He's a big part of our success that we had this year. Great guy to be around. This year, we have an all-conference team every year that's awarded throughout the state. And Jack and Owen were two players from our team that made the all-conference team. And guys, it's been a long time since we've had two players make the all-conference team. So round of applause for them. It's a very hard team to get on. I think that was all the awards I have. Again, you guys, it was a great season. Just touching off with state when we qualified, we drew a tough matchup with Houston. Houston's lost 3 games in 2 years. Like, that's very impressive playing everyone there is in the state. I'm talking Anchorage, the Valley, North. They win single-handedly. And I think the whole tournament, they were state champs. They had 1 goal scored on them the whole weekend. And we hung in there. We did everything we could. And it's one thing I really like about this group, adversity. It's almost like we welcome it, and it gives you a chance to rise above it, and it makes you better. I hardly ever have to worry about anything going on with this group, whether it's internally within the team, whatever is going on, whether we have, bus breakdown or we draw the short straw and have to play Houston. It's welcomed. I don't hear any grumbling or complaining, and it makes for a great team and a great group to be around. Seniors this year was McKinley, Jack, Chris, Nick, and Miranda. You guys will be missed. I haven't seen you guys since you were freshmen growing up. It's very quick, and it's been great having you guys. It'll be missed, though. Big holes left in the team, but they always get filled every year. So, you guys got anything you want to say to your fans out there? Better not. So, did you have anything? All right.
All right, guys. So, we have lots of counseling sessions in the front of the bird. It's always a good thing. I always try to instill in them that sports are about learning more about life than just that sport. Some of these kids will carry on to other, colleges and whatnot and play some sports. But for the most part, we're learning hard work, being a teammate. So I like to talk to them and see where they're going. And we always come up with a nickname for them. If they don't give us one, we give them a nice one. It usually changes over the years. So past few years, I've been coming up with something a little clever, funny that maybe is a little more meaningful for me, but just try to show them that there's always someone there for them. You guys as parents, I want to thank you because you're always there for them. You're bringing them to sports and being away from them. Sometimes I think I see them more in a week than your parents. So I just want to thank you and give them a round of applause. I always tell them to thank their parents and give them a kiss, but they don't hardly ever listen. So try. But anyways, I just try to teach them life choices. And so seemed like this year was all shirt themed. So let me get my mess here undone. We'll go by whatever I pick. So Nicholas Bohannon, he's Nicky Bones. I find this humorous. All right. So Nicholas, like we said, we were teaching him how to catch a puck. All right. Teaching him how to catch a puck, put it on the ground and keep skating. He punches it out of the air and takes himself out, but we love him. Okay. Thanks, Nicholas. All right. This one's for Ed. Everybody's got to see it. So this thing's like a poncho. I asked for an extra large. It came in double X, but we'll have a talk with Amazon. But he's Ed, FedEx, all kinds of stuff. So, but good burger, Ed. And we got him a nice little hat for his Ed list there. All right, let's see who's next. Oh, Walnut. So Jack, he's our little angry walnut. Everyone deserves a little walnut and needs a little walnut in their day. But Jack, he's not the biggest guy, but he came in, he got very ripped over the past couple years. You can see, very nice physique. And he really does became a big hitter, and he'd always make people angry. And so he'd get cracked a lot. So he'd always just make people angry. The biggest guy would crush him, crack the walnut. So thank him. And then Miranda, I'm not even going to try to read all this, but Miranda, she's a great teammate. Says some like the best Miranda. So get on over here. So Miranda, she comes in, she puts in the work. She's there, it's not all about how much you play. And I love that she showed these younger kids that, you show up, you come to play and you work hard, and that's what really matters. And so we've talked a lot and had a lot of conversations. And then Big Mac, I knew she wasn't going to be here, so I have a few things for her. I'll give her a graduation, but I just always, these kids know that someone's there for them, and let's go. Okay, figure it out. All right, thanks everyone. No.
All right, we're just gonna take a quick 2-minute break. If you need to run to the bathroom, we're a little over halfway done. But feel free to help yourself to the food, cake, and we'll get started here in a couple more minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started with the second half of our presentations. And starting us out will be high school girls basketball with Daryl Frisbee and Sabrina Sismowski.
Thank you. Could I get all the girls basketball players up here? And while they're coming up, I just want to ditto the thank yous. Thank you, parents. Thank you, volunteers. Thank you to my right-hand gal, Sabrina. You guys are all the lifeblood. You guys make these programs possible. So I'm going to introduce the letter winners this year. And we do have one more requirement to earn a letter for girls basketball. When I call your name, you have to like strike a basketball pose or give us your basketball move. All right. So otherwise you don't get a letter. All right. So first off though, we're going to start with the freshman. Miss Emma Frisbee. Strike a pose, step forward. Come on, give us a basketball pose, basketball move, something to get your letter. It's right there. There. Okay. Grab your letter. Next up, Faith Mudge. Let's see it. There you go. Abigail Walker. All right. Those are our freshmen. We have two sophomores. Sierra Shirkower. Ah, yeah, beautiful shot. And Iris Uppel. Guys, be original. And Danica's not here, right? Okay, we have one junior, Danica. And our seniors. We're so sad to see you leave. And I know you're sad to leave. You say that every day in class. We don't want to leave. So maybe we should call them super seniors. You can come back. All right. Elizabeth, what's your move? Don't hurt your ankle. All right, good. And Ellie. Oh, yeah. And lastly, Kayla. There you go. All right. So your ladies, give them a warm hand. All right. This year, in lieu of, the coaches awards, a lot of times I'll give out just coaches award, strategy side. We're going to just go with all team awards, meaning these guys voted for all these. We did add a couple, but these are all voted on by the teammates. So first up, the player who knew how to steal the ball and then dunk it at the other end. The ball hawker award goes to Faith. Come on over. For the player who consistently made plays when the team really needed a swing in momentum. Kayla. You get the Miss Clutch Award. The Miss Clutch Award. For the player who fought hard to get rebounds. And rebounds, I always tell the girls, rebounds win championships. And this player, elbows, knees, whatever to get that rebound. We call it the Glass Cleaner Award. Iris. The player who shut down opponents with tenacious defense, slapped the floor defense, actually growled at other opponents, kind of scared them. The Brick Wall Award goes to Faith. The player with the most impressive blocks of the season. It's the How Does the Rock Taste Award. Ellie. For the player who showed the best court vision and was a great leader via communication out there on the court. The Floor General Award goes to Kayla. For the player who consistently scored double-digit points and rebounds in the game, it's called the Double-Double Award. Ellie, how many double-doubles? She had a lot. And for the player who consistently showed the most effort and determination during both practice and games, this is called the Hustle Award. Iris. And the player who showed the most resilience and mental toughness in the face of adversity during practice and games. This player definitely had to step up. We had some injuries. Because I'm her dad, I probably pushed her the most, Emma. And it's called the Iron Will Award. The player who had potential improved throughout the season and actually stepped in. Obviously, we're short on the bench, and with all the injuries, stepped in and really did well. The Diamond in the Rough Award, and I can't wait for the next few years. Abigail. Two more. So the Heart of a Warrior Award. I was okay. I'll do this one first because it kind of ties in with that. So the Heart of a Warrior Award, this certainly is a warrior, this individual, fought through a lot of adversity, both years that I've coached. And warriors often go down in battle. And unfortunately, this warrior went down on a jump ball that kind of ended the season for her. So the Heart of a Warrior Award, Elizabeth. And then on that, we had a couple of injuries in the same position. And this one is the player who got to come off the bench and played like a beast. So we had three forwards and two of them went down pretty much for the season. And Emma, you got the I Got Your Back award, the player who came off the bench and played like a beast. Okay, we'll wrap it up with Binya.
Okay, I just have kind of short and sweet, not to take too much time, but girls, I'm so proud of the skills that you've each shown on the court, and it's been great watching each of you grow as players and learn to showcase some truly impressive grit and tenacity, especially during regionals. But honestly, I'm even more proud of the leadership shown by your captains and the obvious bond that you were all able to make with each other. There were a lot of times that our team was very, very small, Savage 7, getting down to 5, whatnot. And you don't win games that way without respecting each other. You girls will carry that bond that you've created between each other throughout the rest of your life. Seniors, I'm going to miss you guys very much. Thanks for all the time that you put in with your underclassmen, teaching and working with them and helping them learn your skills and passing it on. They will absolutely be putting all the skills you bestowed upon them to work over the next few years. So thanks, girls. This year was really a blast. We made a lot of memories. Already can't wait until next year. And Fort Yukon better watch out.
All right, next up, we've got high school boys basketball with Kevin Mayo and Forrest Shreve.
Would the boys please come up? All right, so we'll start. Yeah, you can start handing them out. I think I got everyone that's here. What, Reed? Huh? No, I don't. All right, real quick, while we're handing out some certificates. We started out with 23 boys this year. We ended with 21. It was pretty impressive seeing them out here on the court, running a couple challenges with a few drills, but they were able to work through it. And Coach Forrest and I were also had a few adversities during practice with all these boys. Quick, I want to say thank you to Usabelli Coal Mine for letting me take time away from work to coach. I appreciate that. Thank you, Joe and Alan. Seniors, Proud of you guys. Way to be team leaders on and off the court. If you guys weren't there to hold some of these younger boys back, it might have gotten a little crazy. So I appreciate that. I'm missing one of my seniors, Chris Graham. Also, before I forget, big thank you to Forrest. He helped out amazingly this year. He's eventually going to be taking over, hopefully. But I just want to say a big thank you to him. He's the guy, a voice of reason when I'm frantically looking around and trying to figure out a defense, and he's calmly looking at me and telling me to settle down. So it's great, or screaming. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Also like to say a big thank you to my wife. She is always there for the last 7 years that I've coached. She's been awesome, and I really appreciate her. Thank you. Don't let it go to your head, Danielle. Okay, real quick, great season. I know it wasn't what we expected, especially from the year before. We did make it to state the year before by beating Minto, but this year Minto was a formidable opponent, and they got us in the end. We did do pretty well at a few tournaments. We got second at Bristol Bay, second at North Pole, second at home tournament, and second at regionals. So hopefully next year I'll hopefully all be first places, right, boys? Yeah. All right. I'm holding you to that. All right. I'm going to go right into team awards. This is a new one, a new award that we have this year. It's called Team Player of the Year. And this award goes to Addison Walker. Addison, no complaining ever, never a conflict with other players, never says no to getting taken out or being put in the game, happy with teammates when they're doing good, happy for the team as a whole when we succeed. Addison always has a smile on his face. He works his butt off, and I extremely appreciate that. So thank you, Addison. Most improved player goes to Isaiah Mayo. Isaiah has improved tenfold from last year. His basketball IQ is unbelievable, but he was shorter last year. Maybe a little I won't say it. Never. He has become a very big boy now, and I appreciate that. He's stepped up in his scoring, his defense, his rebounding, his court awareness. He's become one of our leaders out on the court, and I cannot wait to see what he has in store for us his 10th grade year. So thank you, Isaiah. All right, so Heart of the Warrior. This is also a hustle award. This goes to Cole Lucas. Cole pretty much leaves it all in the court, including his skin. You guys are supposed to laugh about that one. His intensity is one of a kind, and his never give up attitude is unbelievable. Great things come to those who pour blood, sweat, and tears on the court, and he has that. And keep it up, Cole. It's going to take you to unbelievable places. Thank you. Defensive player of the year goes to Cordell Randall. He's not here. Cordell is probably one of the best defenders I've seen come out of Tri-Valley in a long time. I've never seen a kid with a motor like him and the tank that goes with it. His tank is everlasting. It's unbelievable. One of the best defensive efforts I've ever seen at regionals against Terrence, who torched us quite a few times over the year. How many points did he score on us one time? 56 points. Yeah, we held him to 30 at regionals in the second game. I think Cordell held him to 2 3-pointers. So that was pretty unbelievable. And he was raring to go against Minto. So thank you, Cordell. All right. Offensive player of the year goes to Chris Graham. Unbelievable pure shooter. He's probably one of the best shooters that has come out of Tri-Valley. He won, I think, 3 to 4 shooting competitions this year over throughout the state through our tournaments. He was not only a great shooter, but stepped up and became a solid leader and captain on the court. So I appreciate that. So thank you, Chris. All right, MVP goes to Mike Renshaw. Hey, finally, someone shook my hand. Thank you. All right, you get to start next year. All right. What can I say about Mike? He can do everything on the court. He's a leader, a mentor, and a friend to everyone on the team. A Mamba mentality that is infectious to his teammates. So proud how he got to this point. He was very timid his freshman year, or I'm sorry, his 8th grade year. And I've seen him grow over the years, and he definitely deserves this award. And I can't wait to see what he can bring for his senior year. So thank you, Mike. All right, I am going to hand it over to Forrest. He's going to talk about the JV.
Right. Unfortunately, I don't have any awards, but I do have some memories with these guys. Just want to start out and thank these JV boys and the boys that played on swing. You know, going varsity to JV. We had some tough games. We played 1, 2, 3, and 4A JV teams, and we got destroyed a lot of times. But we were able to learn a lot, practice a lot, and we're making varsity players in those games. And the one time that we did play another 1A JV, we beat them. So that was awesome. We had one JV tournament this year. We took 3rd place. We'll ignore the fact that it was 4 teams, but we took 3rd place. So that was awesome. Just a few quick memories of these JV boys. Very first away trip. Well, no, we had Monroe before that. But anyway, we went down to Sioux Valley, and it was very exciting. We had 2 kids throw up from eating a gallon bag of Oreos. We had one player play with the shorts on backward half the game. We had during a JV tournament, we had some Wicked Connect 4 games going on, and JV boys don't sleep when varsity boys want to sleep till noon. I learned that when we're in the gym playing basketball before 7 a.m. on JV trips. So definitely wanted to just say thanks for all the JV boys for putting up with me and for so many boys coming out to play. It's an interesting dynamic to deal or to have so many boys want to come and play and have to balance between new kids who have never seen a basketball court to kids who've been playing all their lives. Definitely wanted to quickly mention though Wyatt and Kenshin, seniors that played a lot on the JV. They really put a lot of effort forth. Kenshin played a lot of minutes that I don't know if he was expecting to play so many minutes a couple times, but he kept going and pushed through and got right back on the court after he cleaned his jersey off of those Oreos. And Wyatt was definitely working hard, trying to encourage and inspire the younger players. It was awesome seeing him step up, try and take that leadership role when he had the chance. And just I wish Chris Graham was here. Kind of wanted to, say goodbye to him from this stage. I was up here. What is it? 13 years ago now. Chris Graham was in kindergarten when I was a senior, standing up here. So it's an interesting thing to see the tides turn. Kevin Mayo was my assistant coach, and now I get to assistant coach his son, and it's been really fun. Been grateful to be a part of it, and definitely had a lot of fun being the girls chauffeur at regionals. They were fun to have, and they proved me wrong when I told them that I think the boys are better free throw shooters. The girls came out and did like 3 times better than the boys. So it's time to work next year, boys. Let's go. All right, thank you.
One more thing before we go back down. Just to appreciate our coach one more time. We got you this new coach's bag with some goodies in it. You can go ahead and open it up. We got salt, mainly for Mike and Owen and myself. More salt. Owen's a big guy. Forget what this is. Oh, this is a thing of KT tape for injuries. And then BioFreeze. Just keep us
Oh, this
good.
is for me or for you guys?
No, it's for you to give us
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
And then
not-
yeah, Advil. That's probably for you because we give you a headache,
Yeah.
but and then yeah, custom bag. You deserve it.
I appreciate it. Thank you very
Mhm.
much. That's awesome. Sorry. Put the softball on.
All right, we're getting into the home stretch, I promise. Next up, we've got middle school volleyball with Morella Graham.
Awesome. Hello, everybody. Mike, thanks for staying so long. It's been a long time. It's good. Awesome. Okay, so I want to first invite up all the girls, the middle school volleyball girls. Would you please come up? And as they come up, I just want to thank a few people. First off, thank you, Brianna Woods, for being our AD, and Mr. G and Sarah Walker for helping out a ton. And then also Lisa Miner. She has helped me tremendously. This is my first time coaching, and she was the best help. She coached the girls the first part of the season, and then she had me coach, and it was a wild time. And I'm so thankful that she gave me that opportunity. So thank you guys. And so I just want to start us off. These girls are awesome. They are always making me laugh, making each other laugh, doing all the wild things, and they're just great. And I also want to thank the parents for just bringing them to every practice and also driving them around everywhere. So we can give everyone a big round of applause. Awesome. Okay, so on this volleyball team, they have a fun little nickname for each other sometimes. So in memory of this, I got them a little present. So as I say your names, you can come forward and receive your little present. So first we have Alyssa Gert. And clap. These are string cheese. So they call each other rats. And so I just thought it would be great if they all got little string cheese. Next, we have Kelty. And Logan's not here. We have her cheese. We have Rita. she not here? Okay. And then we have Aya. And we have Lydia. And we have Mo. And we have Cadence. And Kinley. Who else? Sierra. Jeez. And Ruby. Is she here? No. And Dylan. Okay. So these girls put lots of time into their season. Already busting out the cheese. They put so much effort into the season. I enjoyed watching them grow so much. They started off just being awesome and they ended the season so strong. We only had like 2-3 tournaments. I can't remember, but they powered through each and every one of them. We played so many games back to back and they were never complaining. They were always ready and they just put it on the court. And so I want to start with the varsity awards. Yes. And so first we have the Heart of a Warrior, and that is for Lydia Miner. Over here. Here, Lydia. So Lydia is always out on the court. She's always giving it her all, and she never complains. She is one who, if she receives correction, she immediately goes and she does it. Like, she is so teachable, and that was something so awesome to have on the court. And so next for varsity, we have best defensive player, and that went to Rita, but she's not here. She was always hustling. Oh yeah, you guys can clap. Sorry, I'm like not giving you time. She was always hustling on the court, diving after every ball, and she just really portrayed the heart of a warrior, or best defense. Yes, she was always defending that ball. Next, we have for best offensive player, she's also not here, Logan Randall. She was the one to always put the ball down and just end the play. So we so enjoyed having her on the team because once the ball was up, we knew that we could rely on her to get it back down on the other team's side. And so then we have for our JV, Heart of a Warrior. Yes, okay. And that goes to Cadence Stainbrook. Yes. So she is always laughing on the court, having a great time, and she is just always giving it her all. Like, she never gives up on the court, and she's just constantly fighting for the ball. So I just love that about her this year. And next we have our best defensive player for JV, and that goes to Sierra Bohannon. There we go. So Sierra Bohannon, it was so fun having her on the team. She is an awesome volleyball player. Like, I was so shocked and so surprised whenever we came to practice. She was like an amazing setter, great hitter. She was just all around great. But I chose her for best, what was it? Sorry, I'm forgetting. Best defensive player. She was always getting behind the ball, always chasing after the ball. And she was just always there and we could rely on her. So thank you so much, Sierra. And then for JV, for best offensive player, that goes to Mo. Yes. Mo, where are you? Here you go. So Mo, for our JV, she was always the one to also put the ball down. She was always there to just end the plays, and we could always rely on her. And so thankful for that and for all of you guys. And I think that's all. Thank you so much for a great season. It was so fun coaching you guys, and you guys are awesome, and I enjoyed it so much. You're great. One more thing, I forgot. One more thing, could I have the 8th graders come back up? I totally forgot, my mind. Okay. So I got the 8th graders a little something just because their last season for middle school. And so I got them just a little candy and I wanted to give it to them. So this is for Rita. She's not here. Who do we have? Logan, not here. Who else? Okay, so we have for Mo. Thank you so much, Mo. We will miss you so much. And then we have for Alyssa and Kelty. Here you guys go. Thank you so much for being a part of the team. These girls are awesome. And I'm so excited to see them play in high school because they are stellar players. So thank you guys. Thanks, Brian.
All right, next up, we've got middle school track with Alexa Pierce. Middle school track can come up. All right. So I have had the honor of coaching middle school track this year. We feels like we pretty much just got started, so we don't have any super special awards, but you all know that you're amazing. And our first track meet is coming up this Friday. However, half of them will be gone on basketball tournament. So, I just wanted to acknowledge that everybody is still working so hard, even though they know they're missing the meet and only have one other chance to compete on the 17th. Everybody's still been so positive and working so hard. So I just wanted to commend them on that. And just that I feel like track can feel like a very individualized sport, but everybody's so good at being a team player and cheering each other on. You guys are each other's biggest cheerleaders and biggest supporters. And even through all of the classic middle school bickering and sibling rivalries, you guys really cheer each other on still. And I also have the pleasure of working with all of you inside of the classroom, well, most of you. So it's been really fun getting to know you outside of the classroom and coach you. So that is pretty much it. But just to give a little shout out, we have in 6th grade, Caden Stanbrook, Sierra Bohannon, Jeremy Wolf, Weston Reifler, Porter Miner, Carissa Coleman, Rogan Mitchell. And 7th grade, we have Wesley Madela, Lydia Miner, William Bohannon, Iagram, Sophia Blaylock, and Nash Kint. And 8th grade, we have Kelty Stainbrook. So also shout out to Kelty for being the only 8th grader. You're a really good team player. And if we had awards, I would probably give you like team captain. Yeah, just thank you guys. This has been my first time coaching, so it's been a lot of fun learning. Shout out to Sarah Walker and Brianna and everybody who's answered my million questions about coaching. So thanks. All right, kind of a pause in our team presentations, but we did want to take a quick minute to honor our track seniors since they do not get a senior night. So if our track seniors could come up really quick. Okay, Aaron has not joined the Zoom yet. So, okay, I'm gonna pass it off to Kelly, Aaron's wife, and she's gonna get us going with the senior night portion.
Okay, they're in Utah, so it's getting late there. So maybe he fell asleep. Just kidding. Just wanted to thank Brianna for letting us hijack the banquet for a minute to give these guys a senior night. I don't know when the last time the track kids got a senior night. So we asked them a couple questions. Let me just get there. Okay. So I'm going to start with Jack. And Iris, you can bring around his gift. So one of the questions was their favorite memory from track. And Jack said, when we were at regionals and we went for a cold plunge in the still iced over lake before events. And was that at Sioux Valley? That's what I watched them run into the woods. Thought, oh my gosh, what are they doing? Anyways, and then what advice would you give to future athletes? And Jack said, is advice is don't ever think too high of yourself. Track is the most humbling sport. So we're going to miss Jack. And the next one. The next one is Wyatt. And I get to pick on Wyatt a little bit because he did not answer these questions for me. Wyatt was being stubborn. One memory I will share of Wyatt. Every time we go to a meet, there's younger siblings that get drugged to the track and they wait and watch all day long. And it is a long day for these little kids. And Wyatt entertains the kids. He will share his food with them, give them piggyback rides. He is willing to share everything with him. And I appreciate that as a mom. Like, I can go watch my kids' events and I know Wyatt is going to watch out for the little ones and he has a great time. So thanks, Wyatt. Okay, Kayla. Kayla's favorite track memory is setting the new regional record for the 4x1 last year. Also listening to Miss MacGyver's alarm 5 minutes before we had to be out of a room. Traveling to Homer and Soldotna my sophomore year was super fun. And her advice that she gives would be make sure you get lots of rest so you can perform your best. You're not always going to have a great jump, throw, or race, but you have to keep trying to improve so you can either PR or be consistent near your PR. Always try an event because you might end up liking it. Okay, and Ellie? Ellie said her favorite memory was winning state and running with the state or the flag. And her advice is, you're not going to PR at every meet. Don't let this discourage you. Keep going and keep grinding. Always listen to Erin. Okay. And McKinley's, my favorite memory from track and field are winning the 100-meter hurdle at state my junior year, making the Red Robin staff sing happy birthday to her dad, which happened last weekend, which it was not his birthday. I think he was a bit surprised, but enjoyed the ice cream. Walking back to cars barefoot, carrying Harper on my back at regionals after walking in the river. And there was also a fair going on in the parking lot of the hotel. And so they got to go to the fair. Let's see, that was her sophomore year. Setting the regional 4x100 record and all of the late night drives back home. Advice she would give is to the freshmen, don't be afraid to try a new event. If it is awkward the first time, you try it. I didn't start hurdles until my freshman year, and the first practice was very awkward. If coach puts you in the 4x4, you are officially his favorite, and your sacrifice will be honored. And that's her opinion. Learn how to be teachable and listen to your older teammates. Even if you don't PR, you still should try your hardest. With hard work, you are bound to PR. I just wanted to say that I have enjoyed watching these guys grow. Oh, Elizabeth. I have to tease her. I didn't get hers till 6:30. So this was not with my other ones. Hold on. Now I can't find, of course. Okay, Elizabeth. Her favorite track memory, which she joined this year, and we were very excited that she did. Erin has been working on her for a while to join, so she finally joined. She said her favorite memory was when we found an airport in the school we were staying at. If you know, you know. Also, when Flo found a volleyball, but was confused when it was 15 pounds. And her advice is that just stay focused and work hard and you will benefit from it. Okay. Did I get everyone? I think I did. Sorry about that, Elizabeth. I just wanted to quickly say that I've enjoyed watching these guys, like I said, grow and mature, and I'm always amazed at what they can do, especially where we don't even have a track. We don't have a pit to jump in. We don't have a lot of the facilities that these big schools have, and they have competed well and done very well. So I'm going to miss these guys a lot.
Okay, if we could have the rest of the track team join us, and then their second coach, Liam Jewell, is going to come up here to help with the presentation of awards. But if you could direct your attention to the TV screen, their head coach, Aaron Eddington, is joining us from afar to present their awards.
Hey, yes, thank you. Thanks for making this a possibility, Brianna. And thank you, seniors. And I'm gonna throw a mix in here. Girls, if you could go back down to your seats. Did you hear that? You hear me?
Hold
Hello?
on, Aaron. We can't hear you yet. Hold on, Aaron.
I'm here. You there?
Can't hear you yet. We can hear you now. Go ahead.
Cool. Yeah. So if the girls can go back to their seats, we'll start with the boys. I guess I'll just do a quick introduction.
Hear you yet? We can hear you now. Go ahead.
Cool. Yeah. So if the girls can go back to their seats, we'll start with the boys. I guess I'll just do a quick introduction.
Hear you yet? We can hear you now. Go ahead.
I'm getting all sorts of feedback. Yeah. So if the girls can go back to their seats, we'll start with the boys. I guess I'll just do a quick introduction.
Hear you yet? We can hear you now. Go ahead.
I'm getting all sorts of feedback. Yeah. So if the girls can go back to their seats, we'll start with the boys. I guess I'll just do
We can hear you now. Go ahead.
I'm getting all sorts of feedback. Yeah. So if the girls can go back to their seats, Okay, can I start now? It keeps repeating itself. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, can I start now? Yeah, it keeps repeating itself. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, it's just a minute. Okay, can I start now? Just a minute. It keeps repeating itself. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, it's okay. Just a minute. Okay, I think we got now. It was on my end. It keeps repeating itself. I'm not sure what's going on. Just a minute. Okay, I think we got now. It was on my end. It keeps repeating itself. I'm not sure what's going on. Just a minute. Okay, I think we got now. It was on my end. It keeps repeating itself. I'm not sure what's going on. Just a minute. Okay, I think we got now. It was on my end. It keeps repeating itself. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay.
Because my microphone's off now too. All right, go ahead, Aaron.
All right. Thanks, Brianna, for making this work out. So I wish I could be there, but thanks to made this possible. So athletics, also known as track and field, is a collection of sports events that involve running, throwing, jumping, and I'm happy to highlight some of the highlights of this season. One thing about this sport is we're in season. We don't really finish the season, so we're kind of giving out awards before. I just want to highlight a few things from last year at state. So state happens after school's out, and we don't hear about it. So a couple highlights: McKinley was the state champion in the 100-meter hurdles, and she was runner-up in the 300 meters. The girls 4x1 team, they were runners-up at state and set a new region record. Taylor was the runner-up in the 100, the 200, and Ellie was runner-up in the high jump. And several boy throwers made big gains in distance. In the throwing ring at state, it seemed like the state record was, getting broken. It seemed like every throw. So that was fun to watch. And the girls team, they tied for third in the team standings. That was really cool. I imagine that's the highest any Tri-Valley team has finished in the team points. So boys, we'll start with you. So track is not co-ed. So just like basketball, there's a boys team and there's a girls team. We don't compete together. And I guess I'd like to recognize that separation. So boys, so for the most part, they are a pretty good group of boys. They definitely test my non-teacher patience, and they keep me on my toes. But this season, so there's been several new personal records that have been set. They kind of all know what they are. Reed has set new school records in the discus. The 4x1 team of Mike, Reed, and Jack and Cordell, they continue to lower the school record in that event. I think it was last week or the week before they broke their own record by another second. But this year they built a team that was well balanced. So we got jumpers, we got throwers, we got runners who are doing short, mid, long distance, kind of doing it all. And one highlight, so Liam Jewell is, he stepped up this year, and our throwers have continued to improve throughout the season. So thanks to him, and good job, throwers. So I guess we'll start with the first award. So outstanding male athlete. So this person competes in high jump, 100, 200, and the 4x1, competed well in the pentathlon. So that's an event that's held once a year at the Big C's, and that's throwing, jumping, sprinting, and then you run an 800 at the end. He holds 4 school records in the 100 to 300 meter hurdles, the 4x1, and the pentathlon. So outstanding male athlete goes to Cordell Randall. All right, so boys, you're done. A couple of you will come back up, but if you could step down. So girls, come on up. There's only 6 on the stage. Anyway, cool. Good to see you guys up there. So girls, so I guess to the parents and to whoever is there still left in the building, if you want to see a Tri-Valley team dominate in a sport, come watch this girls team compete. Amongst them, they hold a total of 26 school records. That includes, those who participate in relays, and many of them are number 2 in those standings. I'm convinced that many of these records will last for a long, long time, if ever be broken. Never say never, but it's pretty impressive. They will compete well at regions, which is coming up. But with that said, I would say that we've been there and done that. So our focus this year is now winning state as a team. So not just individuals. So I do believe that several of them will be individual champions as well. So let me tell you what an accomplishment that is. So this is a 1A school. competing with 3A. So our school of 40, we have about 40 high school students in our school. So we put together 9 female athletes, and we compete against schools that have 500 who put 60 or 70 female athletes on the field. So that is pretty impressive. So far this season, the only schools that have beat them at meets have been 4A schools, and that's only been a couple. But they've beaten several 4A schools this year already. And it's my opinion that this caliber of a team may not ever happen again here. So this is a big deal. So for outstanding female, so this person holds 7 school records in the 100-meter hurdles, the 300-meter hurdles, the 4x1, the long jump, the triple jump, the Swedish relay, the sprint medley relay, and the pentathlon. So one fun fact about this person. So I went to a school I asked my dad tonight, I think there's 1,600 to 2,000 people in this school. And so I was looking up school records for this school, which is a big school in Utah. And this person would hold the school record for that school. So that's pretty awesome. She is a state champion. She'll likely have more in her future. She's an example of perseverance after missing most of her sophomore year to an injury, and is currently bruised up like any good hurdler should. She holds records that will likely outlive, I'd say, all of us in the room, and will likely set a new region record in a few weeks. She's had several offers from Division I and Division II colleges, and we're still hopeful for that Division I offer. But McKinley Eddington. All right, so girls, you can go sit down. Before my final awards, thanks to all the drivers, chaperones, Danielle Mayo, seems like she's always there and available. Kevin Mayo, who's covering this weekend's meet while I'm gone. Lisa Miner, same thing, covering and trying to successfully convincing your daughter to throw. And Daryl Frisbee for covering practice this week. Brianna Woods, thank you. And special thanks to Liam Jewell for helping out, and Sarah Walker. So the final awards, so there's 5 of them. So these 5 athletes, when they started 4 years ago, there were 5 freshmen and 1 first-year track athlete, Corey Stickle. So today, there are 23 competing for a state championship. The last awards go to them to recognize what they've built. And we're going to call that the Backbone Award. So that goes to Kayla Mayo, McKinley Eddington, Ellie Vandevender, Jack Wallen, and Wyatt Lucas. So you guys can come up and get those. Yeah, you guys built an incredible program. So good job. Just a reminder to everyone there, regions will happen May 17th and 18th. State happen May 24th to 25th. If you're around, come watch them try to make history. The only 1A school to win team state champion. And I believe that we will win. I can't wait. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
All right. That rounds out our sports. We've got 2 more activities left and then we're done. First up is High School Student Council with Cassandra Marash.
Okay, friends, it is quite literally my bedtime. But I do want to say thank you to for including student council. I think it's really important to recognize these young student leaders. And one thing that really struck me tonight is how many coaches got up here that graduated from Tri-Valley School. And many of them I taught. Of course, they don't have the tenacity to still be here tonight, but it was really impressive to see you guys step into those leadership roles with students and become those mentors. So it's really cool to see. So I want to tell you a little bit about this group. It won't take a long time. These guys are amazing at lifting student voice to improve our school and putting in the hard work to do that. They start off their year doing RSVP, which stands for Raising Student Voice and Participation. From that, they get input from all of the students in the school as to what it is that they think is really important to keep and support. And then what are some opportunities that we have for improvement. And from there, we make our action plan for what we're going to do for the rest of the year. Some of the things that they've done, not all, they worked on the weight room. If you get an opportunity to go into the weight room, they cleaned it up. They put some inspirational quotes in there, did some artwork. It looks amazing. They were not happy with the way our crew program was running. And so they came up with a proposal. They worked with Mr. Gurley, Mr. Frisbee, and myself to get a plan for next year that still allows us to focus on character education, but in a way that is more enjoyable for the students. They're also responsible for every single pep rally, reindeer pods, neighbor to neighbor. I could go on and on. They have done a lot. We also have students that are or a student who is the representative to the school board that brings the student voice into that body as well. We're also active participants in ASOG, which is the Alaska Association of Student Governments. It's kind of like our state. We just got back from Utqiagvik, where our students learned a lot about the culture, as well as debated a bunch of resolutions and passed a resolution there that they wrote on permanent memorials in our school, something that they think is really important. I really want you guys to give them a hand and participate for their service. If all of the executive board could come up to the stage, please. That's you two. Yep, executive board. So that is class presidents and class representatives. Okay, so Isaiah Mayo is our freshman class representative. Give him a hand. Faith Mudge, freshman class president. Kate LaBelle, sophomore class representative. Sierra Shirkhauer, sophomore class president. Kenny Larson, junior class representative. Addison Walker, junior class president. Kayla Mayo, senior class representative. Paige Scholes as the senior class president. So all of those bodies are elected by their class, and then those elected by the whole student body in the spring of the year before is our executive board. And for that, we have two of our social directors, and those are Abigail Walker and Emma Frisbee. And they are responsible for really raising school spirit, doing all the pep rallies, all of that fun stuff. They've done a fantastic job this year. Piper Scholes as our secretary. Probably one of the most difficult jobs on the board. She does a great job taking our minutes and getting those out to the all of our body and the principal. And then Ellie Vandeventer as our student body vice president. And she's really stepped in and stepped up at the end of the year to really take over the duties as president in Danica's absence. So Danica is our student body president. If we could give her a round of applause, even if she's can't make it here with us tonight. I would also like to recognize Emma Frisbee. She is the current Region 2 representative to OSOG, which is State Student Government Association. So give her a hand for that. That's a big accomplishment. And then Danica was just recently elected as the president of OSOG for the whole state government. So it's a huge achievement. So when you see her, please give her a big hearty congratulations. So thank you guys for your hard work on behalf of our school and in improving our school, and I appreciate that. Okay, great working with you.
All right, and last but certainly not least, we have our DBSD High School National Honor Society with Caitlin Weitzel.
Thank you for being here, everyone. So on top of all of the amazing activities that these kids participate in, they also make time to give back to their community. So would the National Honor Society members please come up? Awesome. And we are missing quite a few today. But these kids make time to figure out what the community needs and to help with that. So this year we've raised over $300 for Neighbor to Neighbor. And also they led the kindergartners through seniors and making blankets for Neighbor to Neighbor as well. And then there's a slew of awesome individual projects, a few of them going on right now, community cleanups and whatnot. Come join us tomorrow for Ellie's highway cleanup. Oh yeah, it's not Wednesday, it's Tuesday. So Thursday, come join us Thursday for Ellie's cleanup. So I want to recognize our officers for NHS. Not present here is our secretary, Addie Davis, but she has been awesome in keeping minutes. So round of applause for her. Elizabeth is our treasurer this year. Handled all of our money money chores. Round of applause for Elizabeth. Our vice president was Danica, supporting our president in all of her duties. And our president was Ellie. So round of applause for Ellie and supporting everyone. I also wanted to take this opportunity to give out our stoles to our seniors. So Paige, they'll be wearing these at graduation. Ellie, yeah, and Elizabeth, and Kayla. And then not present, we have Pete, and we have McKinley, and Addie. So they'll be getting theirs as well. I also wanted to, you want to, yes, you're here, Anya, for McKinley. Thank you. I also wanted to take this time to recognize 2 of our Honor Society students who kind of seized the opportunity as a sophomore and applied for the Honor Society kind of right as soon as they could apply for it. The first year you can apply for the Honor Society is early in your sophomore year. And then they dedicated the next 3 years to serving their community. And so these 2 students are getting an award for dedicating 3 years to the Honor Society. So Ellie and Addie, thank you for your service. For Addie. Thank you guys.
All right. Before I let everybody go, there's just a couple more things. A thank you that I did not want to forget tonight was to Maria and Dominic for all of your help with the tech shenanigans tonight. So thank you for that. And then you'll see below my contact information. If you have any questions regarding the upcoming school year for any activities, feel free to write down my email, the office phone, my cell phone's on there. My cell phone or email is the best way to reach me because I'm not always at the office. And then over on this small brown table over here, we've got printed copies of next year's OSSAW calendar as well as the 3-year projected calendar. So you can get kind of a rough idea of when seasons are going to be running through 2028. And then there's also copies of every sports schedule for the entire school year, middle and high school next year. So take copies of those. They're all tentative, of course. Everything gets kind of revisited and reconfirmed next year as we get through the school year, especially with track, because we're still kind of doing this year. But please take copies of those. Kids, if your parents aren't here, please take copies of the sports that you're going to be playing next year and take them home to them. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, you can come find me after or find me in the office or at my phone number. And thank you so much for taking the time to come out here tonight.